Take a look at what I'm eating for lunch today, guys. Welcome to the Bare Pantry Show. If you want to learn how to cook in simple steps and have your dishes come out great the first time, then you're in the right place. Learn to make restaurant-style meals, comfort foods, and authentic Belizean dishes from basic ingredients. I decided not to do this mukbang in front of the green screen today because one, I wanted to show you guys how beautiful my vegetables were, and two, I thought it was going to be an easier setup to just kind of like come here in the corner and just sit down and eat. But it turned out to be a harder setup because once I put the little ring light here and I started to set up the cameras, it was a lot of extra work, and then I needed Joe to bring everything to me. So let me show you first of all what I'm eating. A bunch of vegetables again, and I just put the vegetables that I like. I don't like celery. I'll eat it from time to time, but I don't really like it. There's a lot of vegetables that I don't like, so I don't put it in my salad. I just put the stuff I like, and you're going to be doing the same thing, okay? So this is white rice because the brown rice and the quinoa and stuff affects my stomach the wrong way. It hurts and it makes my stomach flutter, and then I get really nauseated and just sick for like days, okay? So I have one piece of plantain because I wanted to indulge. So this is a third cup of white rice, and then this is a piece of chicken breast that Joe cut off of the boneless, skinless. And I put this back because I wanted to show you guys something about this back as I started to eat, because we were talking this the other day about the special part of the back that got so expensive. Anyways, let me start with my vegetables. So first of all, oh, it's cool. I put a little bit of my dip, okay? Remember, this is olive oil based mayo, mustard, and relish. Anyways, it's been a day. Today is Tuesday, February 23rd. The news is on right now about Tiger Woods in that car wreck. I saw it right when it popped up because I'm in California, so it popped up over here. I hope he's doing okay. I didn't like Tiger Woods when he did all that stuff to his wife. But since then, I like him fine. I've forgiven him. If he and the wife can get along, who am I, right? So I really hope that he's doing good, because they said he had multiple leg injury. That doesn't sound good. I hope they can fix it. I hope the man can walk again. I hope he can play golf again. And I also hope that he doesn't have to get hooked on those pain meds. That happens to a lot of people. And you guys see my plate? You can see it, right? I have it on 2 big pillows. Plus I have a camera here that's just catching the food. I'll cut away to that now and again. So I was spending some time in Twitter minding my own business. I saw that Megan McCain was trending. I don't know why I went to go look, because I can't stand that woman. I went to go look, and she was saying some stupid thing about Dr. Fauci. She said something about they should fire him and hire somebody that really understands science, because Fauci can't tell her when she can get her shot. Child, let me take a breath. And before you come at me saying, I don't want to hear politics, this has nothing to do with politics. This has to do with a human being that's being entitled, okay? Well, I like to get my shot too, but I'm not going to jump in line in front of somebody that has issues. If somebody has health issues, like one of my aunt has arthritis, the other one has diabetes, they need to go first. Before me, I'm healthy. I'm 54 years old. Praise God, I'm healthy. And I don't have to go out. I work from home because I do YouTube and Facebook. You see what I'm saying? It's about that privilege. And for her, a little dummy, to come up and talk against this man, this 80-year-old man that has studied science his whole entire life, that knows what he knows in his little fingernail like this, the little finger, is more than what Megan McCain knows in her entire life. You know what I mean? The only reason we hear about Megan McCain is because of her dad. And because people were saying to fire her. I don't care if they fire her or not. I don't watch The View. I've stopped watching The View from the time Elizabeth was on there giving me a headache. Anyways, she doubled down. And she goes, at first, Fauci said if I wear my mask, it wouldn't work. Let me tell you something about that mask. I knew, call it prophetic or what, you can ask my friend Cindy. I knew about the mask before the mask idea came up. I'm not even going to say it's a mandate because it barely became a mandate recently, right? From last year, 2020, March, I knew that we were going to need masks. Because when I heard them say that when you wear a mask, you protect the people around you. And this one woman came in one of my live events, had a big fight with me over it because my dad's a doctor. And because I was making the mask, I wasn't even selling the mask. I've never sold one mask. I've given away close to 150 masks, but I've never sold one. This woman came for me and tried to snatch me bald, saying my dad's a doctor and that mask is not going to help you. So why are you wearing it? It only helps the people around you. I'm like, well, why wouldn't I want to help the people around me? If I'm sick with something horrible, why wouldn't I want to protect the fellow man from not getting my horrible disease? You know what I mean? And then Jada said, Mommy, make it make sense. If the mask protects the people around you because you're wearing it, then don't you think if they wore it too, would protect the people around them, which could be me? And I said, yeah, that makes sense. So we started making the mask. You know what I mean? So and I remember when Fauci said that he didn't think the masks would work. And he was saying that because we're making fabric masks, we don't have that N95 or whatever it is that's the good protective mask. So I remember him saying that, and so when you sneeze, some of the stuff still comes through the fabric, right? Especially if you only have a couple of thin layers. But then later on, he came back and he said, you know what, these masks might work. And he said the same thing Jada said. If it's protecting, the people around you, then if they wear, they're going to protect you, and pretty much it helps. Now the CDC's trying to decide if you should double mask it. I don't know if that means double layers, but my mask has 2 layers. And Joe started to make one for me now that has 3 layers. So it has the inside part that's on your face, the outside part that you see, and there's a layer in between. He did that for me for when I went for my appointment yesterday. I don't know if you're going to see a video that I edited already on Mukbang, where I told you guys I had a doctor appointment and I went and I was afraid to go, but then I felt safe once I got there. So I just think this girl she thinks people don't like her because she's conservative. Megan McCain, people don't like you because you're entitled, you're rude, you're obnoxious, and you're not really that great to look at. There, I said it. It's not because you're conservative. Well, I don't like you. There's a lot of conservative people that I like fine. You know? Fire Dr. Fauci. Girl, stay home and mind your baby. So, let me tell you what I've been doing lately. My cousin had called me to ask me to find this video on Facebook because she doesn't really have a Facebook. She was borrowing somebody's Facebook to do what she wanted to do. She don't want to get a Facebook because she said people track you down through Facebook. Well, she wanted to see her uncle's funeral. The uncle had died in Belize. So she gave me the name of the funeral home, I guess, the funeral home. And I went to go find it. And I watched the funeral. So I had to join the page or whatever for the funeral home. Since then, nearly every day, something pop up in my feed about another funeral. And child, I be at funerals every day. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm looking for the casket to see if it's pretty. I'm looking to see if they put a pretty picture of the person. I'm trying to see when the person was born, when he or she died, how long they lived. And yesterday, I think it's today, I watched one for this lady, Clarissa Jacobs Nee Bahadur. I know Joe had a cousin that was married to a guy named Bahadur. No, the funerals that I've watched one of Joe's uncle's funeral. One of Joe's uncles passed away recently in Belize too. But this one, somebody broke down and started to bawl so heart-wrenching. Tears started to flow from my eyes. I'm like, oh my God. I didn't know the lady, but I had to post something on the thing. And I said, please, God, bind up the brokenhearted and give them beauty for their ashes. I don't know why I'm watching these funerals, guys. Jory's teaching in the room, so if you hear me talk. So, the one person that's been blessed to get the shots in my home is Jory, because he's a terrible asthmatic. I think he's had the virus. Personally, I think he's had the virus. Last year, March, for 8 days, he was desperately ill. It started with diarrhea. And the next day, it went right into his lungs and the asthma kicking. Oh my God, it was so scary, because at that time we were wondering, is it this? Is it it? But they didn't have no test. And later on, when they did get the antibody test, they never gave him one. But he's got the Moderna shot. The first time around, he has a sore arm. The second shot, 28 days later, the day that he got the shot, he got a mild headache. The next day, he had the chills and diarrhea. Not devastating, but mild diarrhea. So, he's not exempt. He still has to wear his mask. He still has to stay away from people, social distance. But at least if they open up the schools, he'll be one of the teachers that already had the shot. And I'm grateful to God for that. The rest of us are just mild asthmatics. We can wait. We have to be fair and take care of the least among us. That's what God said, right? If you do this for the least among you. You know? That plantain was good. Oh, I wanted to show you this thing about the chicken back. So this is the lower part of the back. This is one half of it. Can you guys see it? Hope I don't make a mess. Can you guys see it? This is my good camera where when I show it, it should. So this part right here, let me try to take it apart for you. See this part right here? See, it came off of that part of the bone. Chef Ramsay calls this the oyster. I don't know if he's the one that gave it the name or, but I heard it from him. And people will just buy this. They'll go to a restaurant and just order this. And I don't know how they cook it, saute it, whatever. And they just want this part of the chicken. It's juicy, it has a lot of the fat in it. And it's a nice piece of flesh that's not the breast. And these chicken oysters cost a lot of money. So, my eating plan has been going good. I don't wait again till Saturday. Today's Tuesday. I don't eat anything with salt. Well, I shouldn't say anything with salt because the food is cooked with salt. My rice doesn't have salt, just the chicken. But I don't eat like what do you call it? Cold cuts and bacon and stuff like that. I only eat that. I used to eat it one slice on a Monday because I used to weigh on a Monday. But I changed my weigh date to Saturday. So after I get through weighing, I'll have my breakfast with one slice of bacon and that's it. That's the only bacon I get. 4 times a month. Can you guys hear like that? Joe is sandpapering one of his little trucks. So believe it or not, this food fills. And for my Belizean family that keep calling me or texting me and saying, I want you to show us how to eat Belizean food on the plan. This is Belizean food. Stewed chicken, cooked with olive oil, white rice. If you were eating stew beans, the beans would count as a meat, so you wouldn't eat the chicken in that meal. But don't panic if you don't eat the meat in lunch, because you can eat the meat in dinner and don't eat the beans. You trade it out. You have another meal coming up, right? The meat is a protein. The beans is a protein. Now, if you're eating rice and beans, that's cooked together. So all that gonna have to be a grain. And all you could do for that is a 1/3 cup. And if you're gonna eat potato salad with that, then you're gonna have to cut that sucker in half and eat, half of the rice, half potato salad. You get the idea, right? Now, when it comes to like the black soup and the escabeche and stuff, I'll teach you how to eat those on the plan. It's simple. You're gonna have to eat a salad off to the side because you have to get in all these vegetables every day. The fiber helps you lose the weight. Anyway, Megan McCain's an idiot. Privilege. Science constantly changes. And this is the way how scientists work. They'll create a what? A hypothesis. And that's just an idea. Something that they think might work. And then they'll test it. You can't do anything without testing. It's like when they say how water boils more quickly when you put salt in it. You gotta test it. Put 2 pots of water on the stove, same size pot, same amount of water, same temperature, same size burner. Put one without salt, put one with salt. Test it and see, did it really boil quicker? That's as simple as I can explain it. Will the math works? I don't think so. Okay, well, when did it? Okay, then the math works. They don't even know how long the shots are gonna last. When Jory got the shot, they said it's gonna expire on his birthday, July. That's about 6 months from now. They think it's gonna last 6 months. You guys see that, right? There's not enough shots in the world for them to give us. And then on top of that, it might only last 6 months. Child. I didn't get no tomato in this one. I'll eat it in the next meal. I'm not gonna bug nobody. So, I don't know if I have a gluten intolerance. And the reason I'm not putting that on myself is because it's not just the grains that do me bad. It's certain vegetables too. And certain fruits. Apples. Banana. Gives me a lot of gas pain. Broccoli. Cauliflower. Cabbage. But I will be eating some cabbage soon. Some steamed cabbage. I don't know if I uploaded the mukbang yet as of this recording. One with the Kim's convenience store behind us. That's my favorite little show on Netflix. I finished the whole 4 seasons already. I was watching this YouTuber. God, I don't remember the name. A1 something. I gotta go find it though because I learned how to make that that thing to ask you to subscribe. It's at the opening of the video. When you click, you see the computer and I clicked on it. I learned how to make that from him. Went back to watch one of his videos because it said, what did YouTube pay me for a video that had 100,000 views? And he only got like $58. So I went to go look at Joe's video that's climbing. The Ancestry DNA video is doing well right now for February. And it has 53,000 views. But at first it only had like 8 to 10,000 views since December 18. And then suddenly it started to go. And I think we made 3 something. So I'm going to make a video about that for the other channel for Bare Pantry Talk. Most YouTubers don't want to share what they're making. I don't care. You can go check Social Blade anyways. You'll get an idea. You know? So I'll do a video on that. Another video I want to do, what's in my bag. I like watching those kind of videos. And I like watching any video where they're doing hairstyles. I don't care what kind of hair it is. 1A, 4C, 3B, I don't know the numbers. I don't care what kind of hair it is. If they're doing a design in the hair, I love watching it. I'm mesmerized. I love seeing braids and waves and... Another YouTuber I'm watching, Joey B. You guys know I collab with Joey B already. I still watch her. And I'm watching Nosy Ho live. Oh, and of course my guy Jason. He's the one that teaches us about the money. Man, my schedule is full with watching these YouTubers. You know what I don't like? When people get so big on YouTube and they'll say stuff like, oh, I don't watch other YouTubers. We're supposed to patronize each other, right? No, I don't watch other cooking shows. Unless I want to learn how to make that item, I'll go watch that show or whatever. I don't like watching cooking shows. They're boring. That's why I don't know why I'm doing a cooking show. I'm doing it because that's all I know, right? So, I saw one time when B Loves and them were having a fight with somebody. And they did a video explaining what the fight was about. And the husband said, I don't watch other YouTubers anyways. I ain't got the time. I'm like, okay, whatever. Turn me off. I watch a lot of YouTubers. I watch my sister's channel. My Life on the Hill. She does arts and craft and stuff. I watch her channel. You know? I did my workout today. I had to walk on the treadmill for an hour. Boring. But I watched YouTubers then. Couldn't go ride because the wind was blowing hard. I might take a trip to my sister Thursday to pick up a pair of tennis shoes that she made for me. She decorated it. You know what's so beautiful about being on this eating plan? It's not even about the weight loss. That's just the icing on the cake. The cake is actually the fact that I don't feel bloated. If you're doing this plan, you could never